Yesterday, we saw another fake approval of the Bitcoin spot ETF, and on today's video, I will be exactly explaining what does this mean for today, because today is the day where we're really expecting the real Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get approved. So without any further ado, I will be discussing this on today's update video. I will talk about where I think Bitcoin is heading towards. I will talk about what are the potential scenarios that are going to be playing out on today's update video. I will talk about the most important charts. I will talk about what happened to the SEC, what is of course absolutely massive, and many more important stuff. So without any further ado, don't forget to stomp on the like button, back above 600 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And yes, if we're looking at that lower time frame on Bitcoin, we saw that yesterday we had this massive bump towards the upside, and just moments after that we saw a big crash towards the downside. And what is actually very important to be knowing is that of course we got the fake news of the SEC approving the Bitcoin spot ETF, but Gary Gensler tweeted about that it was fake just 15 minutes later after it got approved. So we saw basically that the Bitcoin spot ETF approval is a sell the news event, because Bitcoin literally went lower after it got accepted. So what does this mean for the Bitcoin price action today? Because today is the day where the real Bitcoin spot ETF could be coming. And yes, that could potentially mean that we already know what's going to be happening. So let me really quickly clarify what I think is going to be happening. So I think, first of all, this pump was not the full potential, because the majority of the trading bots that are looking to be trading this news event and looking to be longing, of course, Bitcoin on this news event once it comes out here, are of course all looking towards the SEC.government website. And since the files were not uploaded over there, I think that the potential of this pump wasn't necessarily here as well. So I've been also saying this for quite a while on the channel. I have said always that I think that on the moment it gets approved, we're of course going to be getting a massive move towards the upside. But moments after that, we're probably going to come down here. And I think, and I said this every single time for the last week here, guys, that once the Bitcoin spot ETF goes live, that is the point where we're going to get the massive pump towards the upside and the massive continuation higher. And yes, like we know, yesterday multiple issuers said that they are expecting approval today and that they're going to go live tomorrow. So that is of course going to be massive for the market. That's going to be massive for Bitcoin, and it's of course going to generate a lot of price action. So what I'm expecting on the price action right now here, since we already had another fake approval, today we're going to be having a real approval. I think that Bitcoin is once again going to be pushing towards the upside. On that approval, we're going to see another big pump towards the upside, maybe even to 48 to 50,000 US dollars. I think that is my target that's realistic to go towards, and maybe at max 52,000 US dollars. After that, we see a slight or significant correction towards the downside, maybe all the way back towards this region we're currently trading on, but maybe even lower. But honestly, if we would be going lower, it would be a gift, and it would necessarily not be something to worry about, because you have to understand the moment that these ETFs go live on the market, that is the point where these large players from Wall Street can start to be buying Bitcoin, and that is going to be adding buy pressure, and that is going to guarantee that the market is not going to necessarily go down, but it is going to be going up higher. So that is my expectation. And honestly, if it really was like a sell the news event and we found out, like, what is it, 15 minutes later we only went down 1,000 US dollars, it wasn't necessarily a big move towards the downside. So I do believe that this was some insider trading. Of course, some people that hacked the account benefited from the market, logged Bitcoin, shorted Bitcoin after. So I don't really think that this was the full potential for the Bitcoin spot ETF approval, and I still think it's going to be way more massive once it gets accepted today. So like we know, Gary Gensler tweeted about it, that the SEC got hacked. And what is quite ironic is that literally they didn't even had two-steps authenticator. I mean, that's literally what Safety from X literally said. They didn't have 2FA. Well, like a couple months ago, Gary Gensler tweeted out, guys, make sure to have a strong password, make sure to use 2FA. And that is pretty ironic if you would ask me here. So the SEC got hacked, and that's definitely a very bad thing here. So let me look a little bit further in towards the chart. So what is also an important level that would potentially provide massive support is going to be that 44.5k level, guys. I still have my major orders set up around $39,000. I don't really think I'm going to get entered, but if Bitcoin were to be having a massive move towards the downside, if it gets rejected or whatsoever, I would definitely take it with both hands to get an entry around that level right there. So This is literally the day that the Bitcoin spot ETF is finally going to get approved. And yes, once it gets approved, we can go to the next step. And that is, of course, live trading. And that was the thing that I'm going to be covering after the Bitcoin spot ETF will be getting accepted. So make sure to follow me here on the channel. Make sure to follow me on Twitter because I will keep you guys posted over there. So quickly looking about the liquidity in the market right now here. Honestly, we yesterday saw a massive liquidity grab here on that ETF news. So yeah, there's not a lot of liquidity above or below us. To quickly point it out, yesterday we also saw not a significant amount of liquidations, but an approximately 216 million US dollars worth of liquidations in the past 24 hours. Honestly, it wasn't that big here, but I still think it could get even bigger today. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Of course, on the daily time frame, we can clearly see Bitcoin is still holding the upper sloping support line, and we're even creating this upper sloping resist line here on the top side, like you can clearly see. And then Bitcoin currently is trading in my red box of resistance. I've talked about this red box of resistance for quite a while. This is actually the point where I would see and approach Bitcoin as a little bit more high risk. Why? Is because here on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see that Bitcoin is currently sitting at a very important level of resistance. And what is quite interesting, and I said this several times before, 47.7K is my main target of resistance, and Bitcoin got exactly rejected from of that point while it went up on that ETF news. So that is very interesting. I think we could get a fake out above it today here, or potentially even a breakout above it. But yeah, if you want to be trading Bitcoin, guys, you could trade it on these kinds of levels because these are super important levels on the macro perspective. And yeah, that looks just super good in my opinion. So if you want to be trading Bitcoin, you can currently claim a 40,000 US dollar deposit bonus. And without the link in the description, if you're going to be signing up, it's only 400. So it's a win-win situation. And on top of that, guys, if you right now sign up an account using that link below, you could claim a free 1,000 US dollars for only depositing $100, because these are the things you have to do. Here are literally the conditions. What you need to do, it is that you have to sign up an account using that link below in today's video, complete KYC level 1, deposit $100 in your first 7 days, and you could claim a free 1,000 US dollar trade. So this is definitely one of the best deposit bonuses BYBIT has ever run, and you could be right now claiming it for the time being. To be very exact, for the coming 22 days, you could be claiming this airdrop position. It's absolutely massive. Make sure to go below today's video. And of course, if you can't do KYC, make sure to go to VMAX, because VMAX allows you to trade without KYC and without the VPN. So if you want to be trading over there, make sure to check it out as well. So going further in towards the content, we can currently actually see that Tether market cap is massively increasing. And what is happening right here? I mean, basically what happens if the Tether market cap increases, it means that there is more liquidity flowing in towards the crypto ecosystem. So that is literally what is happening. There's more money flowing in towards the ecosystem. And yeah, who is doing this? And I found out the wallet yesterday, guys, because this wallet all alone got 2.8 billion US dollars in USDT from the Tether treasury, and he deposited its funds in towards exchanges yesterday. So honestly, there is some massive amounts of money getting injected in the ecosystem right now here. And I am approaching and seeing this as a massive opportunity, because as money flows back in towards the industry, it also means that the price action of Bitcoin could only go higher. So this is, of course, massive for the market. 2.8 billion US dollars that is getting deposited in towards exchanges. I think we're going to get a massive move towards the upside for the market in the upcoming period. So this is not the time to be panicking. We are actually also seeing a massive breakout here on the 3-day time frame. And of course, if we're zooming out here on that weekly perspective, on the bigger time frame, guys, we are seeing a massive breakout. And maybe we're getting a small rejection today here, but look at the bigger perspective, guys. We are just getting started. The halving is only 100 days out here. And yeah, before we know it, we are sitting in that next bull run. So make sure to prepare accordingly. But this was it for me in today's update video, guys. Today is the day where the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to get approved. I will be sitting here reporting everything to you guys out there on the channel. So make sure to subscribe right now and smash up the bell notification. Share this video with your friends, because I will be notifying everyone out there if there is something important to be knowing in this market. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.